Hello Flosstube, I'm back. I am Leslie from Under the Sea Fabrics. It is Friday, October 12th, 2018. This is the second part of my video where I'm just kind of going to do stash stuff that I picked up in the last couple weeks because I haven't made a video in a couple months. And because I was at retreats, and when I go to retreats I try to shop most of the vendors if I can. I have quite a bit of stuff to show. So this is just a stash video. So if you're not into stash videos, you might want to stop now. But if you are, hey, hang out with me. I've got lots of cool stuff I got this week, and I would love to show it to you. First, I'm going to show you these project bags I bought. They are from my friend Randy, and she made them. So there are these cool envelopes. They're lined. They're very nice. And with them comes a little orc catcher. This one has this was the villain's bag. You can see it has the villains on it. She put the villains on the inside of the orc catcher, and the batik she used on the inside of the villain's bag on the outside. And then it comes with a little notions pouch. So that's the first one. I also bought this Game of Thrones set. I am not the biggest fan of Game of Thrones, but I really liked the bag. I especially loved that it had the map of Westeros as the interior fabric. And the map of Westeros is also the little orc catcher. So I love that she does that so that it's a little different. But I know several people who like Game of Thrones, so this is probably going to end up being a gift. And then this was one she gifted to me. I didn't buy, but she gifted to me. It has mermaids and whales, my favorite. I love mermaids, but I love whales. And then a little notions pouch, and I think the notions pouch has the interior fabric is mermaid scales, and that's what the notions pouch is. There we go, there you can see it. So thank you, Randy, for those. I think she told me her shop name, and I wrote it down, and I think I tossed it over there with the chart earlier. So I will link to her Etsy shop in the in the information under the video. It is prudent to say she doesn't have anything up now, but she's working on a few things. She has a craft show next week, so she's working on some things. And after the craft show, she said she's going to start putting more stuff up. But you can message her on Etsy for requests for different fabrics if there's something you're looking for. As you can see, I bought fantasy type stuff, so because that's what I like. So next, there is the retreat I went to last week. I bought these work holders. I've shown these before. I love these things. My friend Nancy makes them. They're very similar to the ones that came in that. Every time I see her, I buy more of these things. They sit like this. I don't just use them for orts. I use them as cozies. If you've been to a retreat with me, you know that I am constantly losing my key to my room. If I'm not wearing like one of those name badges where I can stick the key in, I'm going to lose the key to my room. That's just the way it is. So I've taken to making sure I always have one of these with me, and the first thing I do when I come back from my room and go to the stitch room is stick my key in it. Then I always know where it is. It's always in my oar holder. It might be covered in threads, but at least I know where it is. So the ones I bought this one with blue dots and a blue inside. I bought this one with frogs. There's frogs on the outside and a little red interior. I bought this one with pink stars. Pink stars and a little gold inside. And then So those three I just showed you were for gifts. I buy a bunch when I see her, and then they go into like if I do stitching exchanges, if I do mystery boxes, stuff like that. These go into gifts because they're only $5 each, and everybody likes an art holder, and so everybody gets one. And then this one I bought for myself because it's the periodic table. And I love that. So, I love that. Also from Nancy, I bought this really pretty table runner. Andrea bought one last year, and I bought one just like it this year. I love it. Oh, the trees and the bats and everything about it. So, I'm going to use it when I display stuff at retreats. That'll look good with my cast a spell box sitting on it at the retreat I go to next month. Up next, my friend Sharon had a little booth where she was selling little art holders. These are super cute, and you can see it's got a thing in it. She used an embroidery hoop as the base, and then she made a little thing. And hers are meant to hang, which is what I like about it. So, they are not stiff, so they will not stand up, but they're meant to hang. So I really like that. I'm actually thinking of figuring out if I can attach this part of the hoop to one of the vents in my car to use as an art holder in my car. That's my thought process with this one. You can see I came with a little piece of foam in it to keep it inflated. Okay, the next thing I bought. This is not stitching. I don't care. I'm going to show you anyway. This is a platypus. He is so stinking adorable. His feet are glittery. I love it. He is so soft. Now, I went to Cracker Barrel with some friends while I was at the retreat this weekend, and one of them was Katrina. I know a lot of you like going to Katrina's retreats. But this was one like right next to the register. And they had him, and they had a little pink one. And I sat there holding both of them, and I could not decide which one I wanted as my new stitching buddy, because I love platypi. Platypeople. Platypuses? Platypussies. I think it's platypi. Who cares? Anyway, I love them. And I especially love them because if you remember, and I'm ashamed to say, it's been a decade since Phineas and Ferb was on the air as new episodes. It makes you feel so old. But there was a platypus on Phineas and Ferb, and his name was Perry. So I bought this guy because I thought he was super cute, and as I'm walking out, his name's Perry, because I love Perry the platypus. And then we opened up the tag, and how can I get it so you can see it? Get close. Maybe you can see it. There you go. His name's Perry. So it was meant to be. Now, when I bought this, I was just talking to the cute kid, the very cute kid, the much younger kid. Probably, I think he told me he was 21. The adorable 21-year-old who was ringing me out at Cracker Barrel. And he picked up the platypus and he said, platypus. They don't do much, you know. And I said, that's true unless they're secret agents. And he's like, that takes me back to when I was a child. And I'm like, how old are you? And he said, I'm 21, and I watched it at least a decade ago, and I was like, I feel so old right now. But when I think back on it, my boys were like 4 and 5 when they watched it, and now they are 12 and 14, so that's probably close. It's probably close. Perry the platypus. He is so soft. And I love his fat little belly. And it's funny, you can see where he's got a little goatee right there where they tied him up and didn't cut the cord very short. Okay. So I won the grand prize at the tiara retreat I went to this weekend. And it was a basket with a bunch of charts in it, which I'm not going to show you because I am not entirely sure where I put them. It also came with this pair of Dovo scissors. 4-inch Dovos are my favorite, so I was very pleased with this. But it also came with this fantastic book by Sue Studebaker called Ohio is My Dwelling Place, and it is all schoolgirl embroideries from 1800 to 1850 that have been found in Ohio, that are in museums in Ohio, and it is broken up by county with pictures, where they are, what they know about the people who stitched them, the young girls that stitched them, stuff like that. I think it's super cool. I can't wait to have more time to sit down and like peruse it and read all about it, because it's a very cool book. I thought this was really awesome. Sorry about the noise. The husband just walked in, which means lots going on behind me. Another thing I got was this piece wheel chart. This is by Lucy Beam Stitches in Love. Becky Nolan, who is the designer for Lucy Beam, is the most amazing person. Her booth was right next to me at the retreat I was at weekend before last, at the Cross Stitch Club retreat in Hershey, and we just hit it off right away. Sometimes you're around people who just are, they're kindred spirits. That's just the best way to put it. We connected immediately. We joked all weekend. She ended up buying some fabric from me, so there's going to be some Lucy Beam models on Undersea Fabrics. Lucy Beam is her grandmother, so that's her in the corner. And I know it looks like a mugshot. There were many jokes about that that weekend. But she was just the most fantastic person. So please, please, please look up Lucy Beam Design. She has a really cool one about the Ghost of Christmas Past that I really loved. And she had a couple of really neat Halloween ones. So I know she's on Etsy. Also, if you ask your cross stitch store owners, this upcoming March will be her first year at market. So she's a little nervous about it. She's amazing. Let's see. Okay, last things I bought at retreats, and then I have just random stash to show. First, I bought this little needle minder. I bought it because it looks like my dog Sadie. That should surprise no one. She's a little lab mix. She is probably about this small as well. It's a accoutrement design needle minder. I bought that from the Silk Weaver booth. Jim and Kevin from Silk Weaver were lovely people. It was nice to finally meet them. The other thing I bought, my friend Sharon, who made the art holder earlier, also did hand-painted needle minders. So she did this little leaf, and I thought it was gorgeous, and I love it. So it's just a little needle minder. And Sharon did a couple of the raffle baskets, or door prize baskets. She had taken like galvanized buckets and hand-painted stuff on the front, and then filled them with cute stuff, and some of it was stuff she stitched, and some of it was just patterned new charts. And as much as I liked the basket I got, because it came with that cool book and the scissors, I was ready to fight somebody for one of Sharon's buckets. Let's just say I would try to be very civilized, but I wanted one of them buckets. So I ordered one from her. And I told her I wanted a nautical theme on it, because I tend to stitch a lot of nautical stuff, so I could put some pillows and stuff for display when I go to retreats. But she could put whatever she wanted. So she's like, really? Anything? Yep, anything. Not just want it to be nautical. You can put whatever you want on it. So I'm super excited to see what she sends me. Okay. So the last few things I have are not stuff I bought at retreats. They're just random stuff I found or ordered online. First one, I got my mystery bits from Stitching Bits and Bobs. I don't have white paper in front of me. Do I? Close enough. So I got the Splendor 909. It's a gold. These colors are very Eastery to me. When I opened it, I'm like, kind of expected to get something a little more Halloweeny because it's October. Nope, very Eastery. This green is 1016. It's another Splendor. And then this Splendor is 1096. See what I mean? Like, how Eastery is that? And then I got Treasure Braid 10, which is just white, as you can tell. I got Petite Silk Lame 196, which is a lilac. Again, very Eastery. And then Silk Lame Braid 101, so it's a gold. Alright, this is something I ordered to stitch as a model for Under the Sea Fabrics. I'm going to put it on a piece of 46 count looking glass because I'm pretty sure I already have a piece dyed. That's how I base what I'm going to work on. I look through my cut pile, things with dye spots. What do I have? And I know I have this, so I'm pretty sure I have 46 count looking glass. So I'm gonna stitch this Lila Studio Nevermore on it. I love that. I just love that. And and now this will be probably the third chart in a while from third chart I've started from Lila Studio. Cyrena that I showed you a minute ago is the Lila Studio. I've got Let Freedom Ring going from Lila Studio, so this will be the one I do. Probably be my next big start. So now I found 2 bucket list charts on Etsy, so I bought them. Or not Etsy, eBay. The first one is Prairie Moons, that is the Trick and the Treat. I cannot wait to stitch this. This is what's gonna go on that piece of Anubis that was sitting over there probably. And then the other one I got is the Primitive Needle Halloween for Cheesy. So that is the last of my stash that I bought. Oh, there's probably more. I probably bought more. I just don't know where it all is. So that's what I could get my hands on. The rest of it I will go ahead and probably add into my next video. I'm going to try to be better about making videos once a month. The last couple months have just been exhausting and unbearable and just too much going on. So thank you all for watching. Again, thank you if you donated to Toby's GoFundMe. We really appreciate it. And thank you for watching me. See you next month.